Let's jump right into this explainer by picturing a completely impossible scenario. Imagine you're walking down a normal city street, but suddenly gravity just starts to disappear. The buildings around you begin bending upward, literally warping right over your head. But instead of freaking out, it all feels completely real. It feels perfectly normal to you.
But what if you wake up inside that dream? Imagine looking down at your hands in that gravity-defying city and suddenly realizing that everything around you, the people, the sky, the whole shebang, none of it is real. It's entirely created by your own brain. And here's the wild twist. Instead of waking up in your actual bed, you stay asleep, but you become fully 100% conscious inside that constructed world.
Section 1. The lucid dream state, an overlap of awareness.
Now, this isn't just science fiction. We're talking about a highly documented phenomenon. A lucid dream is this incredibly unique state where dreaming and conscious awareness actually overlap. Think about your normal sleep, right? Most dreams happen totally on autopilot. Your brain writes a script and you just blindly follow along. One minute you're at the office, the next you're somehow on Mars, and you don't even question it. But a lucid dream is what scientists call that precise moment your awareness suddenly switches on. Your physical body stays sound asleep in bed, but your conscious mind wakes up inside the dream. Section 2. Inside the dreaming brain. The neuroscience. So let's look at exactly what happens inside our brains when this switch occurs. Modern neuroscience has actually pinpointed the physical shift. In a normal dream, your prefrontal cortex, that's the part of your brain responsible for reasoning, planning, and self-awareness, is relatively less active, which, by the way, is exactly why bizarre things seem so totally normal when we sleep. But in a lucid dream, brain imaging shows that parts of that prefrontal cortex actually become more active again. It creates this rare, aware hybrid state. You're asleep, you're dreaming, but a small part of your waking mind turns back on. To really put that into perspective, think of it like the movie theater analogy. Normally, when you're watching a great movie, you're so immersed that you forget you're sitting in a dark room. Experiencing a lucid dream is like sitting in that theater and suddenly realizing, wait, I'm watching a film right now, but you're still fully physically immersed inside the scene playing out on the screen. Section 3. Training your dreaming mind, actionable steps. Here's the absolute game changer. While some lucky people do this naturally, you can actually train your brain to achieve this state. Researchers recommend a technique called reality checking, and it breaks down into 3 simple steps. Basically, throughout your day, you consistently ask yourself, am I dreaming? And then you actually test your reality to prove you're awake. You might read some text, check a clock, or pinch your nose and try to breathe. You're building this waking habit so thoroughly that your brain just repeats it on autopilot while you sleep. But here is where it gets super interesting. In a dream, those reality tests completely fail. If you try to read a sign, the words might scramble and change the second time you look. Clocks will shift unpredictably. If you look at your hands, they might look highly unusual. Maybe you have 6 fingers. When your sleeping brain notices that bizarre visual glitch, that's the exact trigger for your lucidity. Beyond that, you've got common dream signs. Things like specific locations, maybe your childhood home, or actions like that classic panic of missing an exam, or sudden emotions. By keeping a dream journal the minute you wake up, you track these recurring themes. You're basically giving your brain recognizable, personalized clues so it can spot the illusion the next time you fall asleep. Another scientifically backed method is the MILD technique, which stands for mnemonic induction of lucid dreams. Research suggests that just repeating a firm intention right before you fall asleep, literally saying to yourself, the next time I'm dreaming, I'll realize I'm dreaming, can massively increase your chances. It's like setting a mental anchor before your brain powers down for the night. Section 4. Controlling the dream world, limitless possibilities. Okay, so once you actually achieve this awareness, the possibilities are pretty much limitless. You can fly and explore. You can create totally impossible landscapes. Some people even mentally practice athletic movements, though scientists do point out this doesn't replace actual physical training. But you're essentially given the keys to a world with no rules. And this is absolutely crucial for nightmare treatment. For anyone suffering from recurring nightmares, becoming lucid is a real game changer. Imagine realizing that the monster chasing you isn't actually real. Instead of running in terror, you can stop, turn around, and literally ask the monster a question. You transform a terrifying chase into a totally manageable experience.
Section 5. Safe Exploration and Mysteries. The Boundaries of Sleep.
Now, as we explore these amazing benefits, we do have to talk about sleep health first. Balance is way more important than control. Occasional lucid dreaming is perfectly safe for healthy adults, but trying too hard can disrupt your essential sleep patterns. You should never, ever sacrifice essential rest just to achieve lucidity. And honestly, even as we learn to navigate all this, there are still some massive unsolved mysteries. Modern neuroscience views dreams as the brain processing memories, sure, but why do some dreams feel more real than waking life? Why do certain dreams stay with us for years? And how on earth does the brain create these imaginary worlds effortlessly in real time? Well, lucid dreaming might not give us all the answers. But, as the quote says, it gives us a chance to observe the dreaming mind from the inside. It's literally a front row seat to your own subconscious. So, I'll leave you with this. Tonight, when your brain starts building a world of people who don't exist in places you've never been, and you look down at your hands, will you ask, am I dreaming? Will you become the conscious explorer, or will you just keep sleeping?